Hey, Rick, how are you?
Good.
First question, if Alan doesn't cut me off for two here. Has James Johnson been able to do anything, have more activity with his knee injury yet?
He has. He's been he's been doing things really since the beginning of camp. He's been doing things 5-on-0, technique type stuff. Today he worked into live play and did well. He did not go through the entire live stuff, but I'd say he went through at least 2/3 to 3/4 of it. And then I pulled him at the end. We just want to make sure that we're incrementally not getting too ahead of ourselves. But the signs are good, and he looks good physically, and he has a real presence out here.
And one more question, if I can. The rookies, you said you can clock this acclimation period with an egg timer. Kind of take me through what these last 2 weeks have been like for them. When did they get to Dallas, and how incrementally progressed during this first week of training camp?
Well, they're doing extremely well given the circumstances. I mean, this is like being put in a microwave, and having to get heated up real quick. But they have a group, with Terry, Hinton, Bay, Gillespie, and Patterson. They've been really helping us in camp as a sort of a shell group that goes through things. They get here real early. We teach them drills, and they've really helped us getting in situations where the vets can rep things out. And then they're also playing competitively. We rotate that team in with the other 2 teams, and they're doing a lot of good things. It's just an unusual situation, not having the summer league, not having a period of months to, know what's going on, maybe look for a place to live and that kind of stuff. But, all things considered, these guys are really, really doing well.
Okay, Mark Followell. Mark.
Hey, Rick. Good to see you.
You too.
My natural inclination is to assume that because the season is starting in 2 weeks, that you've had to accelerate this relative to past training camps. But then I also understand there's health protocols and stuff that have been a limitation until you can start practicing 5-on-5 the last couple of days. So is this faster in terms of accomplishing tasks as you would like them compared to a normal training camp, or is it slower, or is it even comparable at all?
Yeah, it's comparable. I mean, you've really got to analyze the things that are the absolute essentials, because we have a limited amount of time. Really, when we factor in the number of days off that we're going to have during this period, it's probably only 14 days of practice, maybe even less when you factor in travel. So, we just got to be really on point. We can't be messing around trying things that we're not sure are going to be good for our group, And then defensively, I mean, that stuff never really changes in terms of its importance. And we're spending more time on defense than we are on offense. It felt like the defense was ahead of the offense for the first couple of days. The offense is catching up a little bit, which makes it more challenging for the defense, which is good. We need that because everybody in this league can score now.
Okay, thanks.
Joe Trahan.
Hey, Rick, thanks for the time today. I'm curious about your thoughts on the on-court relationship between Luka and Porzingis. They both played really well in the bubble last year. I'm curious, though, about your characterization of how they improved together last year. That's one thing. And then secondly, if you can do this without sharing trade secrets, are there particular focal points that you want to see them improve upon together this year?
Well, we got to get Luka. We got to get KP, back on the floor full time. That's going to be the first thing we need to do. But last year, as with anything where you got new people together for the first time, it takes some time. Thought that there became some real momentum, late January through to, when the hiatus hit in mid-March. which was unfortunate. But, you know, those guys picked up really right where they left off when we got to Orlando and started practices and then games. And KP seemed to have an even better rhythm, and they seemed to have an even better rhythm between them. So, look, I know the next obvious question is going to be position, you know, like, you know, is KP going to be the full-time 5 and stuff like that? He's going to play a lot of 5. He may play some 4. But whatever those situations are, you know, we're going to make those things work. And then, you know, as we get into this year, again, the key thing is getting KP back to where he's feeling great. He's strong. You know, there's no issues with the knee. And I can't give you an exact timetable. It won't be in December, even though he's talked about playing on Christmas. So, you know, he'd love to, and we are having to hold him back a little bit with his workout and rehab stuff. But I'd say he's completely on schedule. And, you know, if things continue to go well, you know, sometime in January could be possible.
Eddie Sefko.
Howdy, Rick. How's Dorian's hip issues going, and how's he looked in camp? And given KP not being available early in the season, how do you feel about Dorian going forward, and especially with his defense first mentality?
Yeah, Dorian's physically done very well in the first few practices. You know, he has a really great feel for the game. And so as much as we talk about his defense, his continued improvement offensively with his shooting and ability to make plays and things like that has been a big part of who we've become. I think the other thing that factors into this, you know, with KP being out early, you know, Powell has played the entire training camp. He's gotten almost all of his reps with the first unit, and he's doing really well. So, you know, the fact that both Dorian and Powell are doing well with their past physical issues, you know, those are real pluses for us.
Jessica Armstrong.
Hey, Coach. Just this year has been nothing but normal has been about it. What is it like being on the court, going through drills, preparing for games, like the normalcy of it? How does that grind feel again?
Well, everything's different, you know, at least in some way, shape, or form. You know, the players don't shower at the facility. You know, we come in every day and we have testing in a trailer in the parking lot. And so, you know, the players have gone from a lot of them from parking, you know, near the back door, which leads right into the training room, to parking out front so that they can get out of their cars, do testing, and then come right into the gym and not have to it's a very long walk from the training room all the way out through the hallway, as you guys know. And so there's a lot of just, you know, different things logistically. And so that's an adjustment. But, you know, what we're saying, our guys, you know, resourcefulness has never been a bigger factor in how well a team is going to end up doing. We've got to find solutions attitude with everything that we do, because, you know, this whole situation we're in worldwide is going to put up a fight. You know, it's just gonna. And so, so far the spirit has been terrific. Practices have been good. And, you know, we've got 3 more important practices before we get on the plane from Milwaukee on Friday.
Okay, 2 more. Jordan Richard. Go ahead, Jordan.
Hi, Rick. How you doing?
Good.
One thing that you always preach at the start of camp is always defense. And, you know, with the additions of Josh and, you know, just with Tyler Bay, who's really good defensively, how do you feel like this team defensively compares to last year? Do you feel like this team can be even better? And then also on the offensive end, you had several players shoot over 40% last year. Do you feel like you will still have the same percentage with players this year, or yeah?
Are you talking about on threes?
Yeah, from three,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, certainly that's the plan. And first of all, I do think we'll be better defensively, partially because of the emphasis, partially because we've picked up some very good defenders. I mean, you mentioned James Johnson, Josh Richardson, Tyler Bay, Josh Green has been excellent defensively in camp. And look, getting Powell back is big too. And he's one of our toughest guys. And Brunson does a really nice job of defending within our system. So, that helps. In terms of the scoring and the 3-point shooting, we're going to work on it. We're going to be very systematic with our approach, very process oriented with our approach. I don't know ultimately what our percentage is going to be, but our approach offensively is that, we want to be a rim attacking team. And if there's a chance for good 3-point opportunities off the catch, we always want to look for them.
Okay, last question, Dwayne Price. Dwayne, go ahead.
Yes, Rick. What have you learned about Tyrell Terry in the past week that you didn't know about him on draft night, and in what ways can you envision him impacting the team this season?
Yeah, his reputation is as one of the best shooters in the draft. I think he and Aaron Neesmith from Vanderbilt were the two guys considered to be the two best shooters in the draft. He had a phenomenal day today with that third unit. Those guys were on offense as we were doing some defensive stuff, and he stretched his range out and he threw in some really great shots today and showed his range and showed his ability to get it going. And also, I think the other thing he's just doing in training camp is the physical nature of the NBA. Today, he's made good adjustments. I mean, he's getting lower. He's getting more in more dynamic positions so that he can attack better. And look, this is a smart kid. This kid is at Stanford, so he's gonna figure things out. But we've had him playing a little bit off the ball with JJ at point. And we've had him playing a little bit of point guard, with the other younger guys. And to me, he's showing that, he's going to have the ability to play both those positions very effectively offensively and defensively. For him, a lot of it's going to come down to getting stronger, understanding how to play within the system and those kinds of things. But he's had a very good 4 practices, and today was exceptionally good.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate the time.
But thank you.
Okay, guys. So